Hey, thanks for hanging with the Mechanic Ninja today. Today I'm going to show you how to unseize an engine if it's possible on your machine. Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't. This one is a 5.5 horsepower Tecumseh on a yard machine, 24-inch. Let me show you what it's doing. So if you're coming up to your machine, trying to start it, go ahead and pull on it. And it just does not want to budge at all. Your engine is probably seized. And so I'm going to show you what to do. So before we start off, make sure you're in a well-ventilated area. Make sure you have eye protection and also hand protection. Before you get started on this, you're going to need a socket set. And if you have PB Blaster or some kind of penetrating oil, that is going to be your best. If you have none of that, you can just use normal regular oil that you would put in this machine, but the penetrating is going to be the best. So first, what you want to do up here on the top, you want to take out your spark plug. Mine is an 11/16. So I'm going to have you pull that out really quick. Just go ahead and pop this top off, and then go ahead and take out your spark plug. Once you get it to a certain looseness, you can just take it out just like that. One thing you want to look at, just to give you a pretty good indicator, go ahead and look at where your piston is in here. You can see the valves right there. I would show you in this video, but it is very hard to see. What you're going to do is you're going to see your piston, whether it's up or down. You can go ahead and stick a screwdriver in here. Now mine is right there. You go ahead and kind of push on it, see if it'll budge at all. Usually will not. So what you want to do first is take your PB Blaster right here. Go ahead and fill this up with PB Blaster. Don't be afraid to just fill that up. Put a lot in there. Okay. Usually you want to fill that up, let it sit for a while. But right now we're going to try it right off. If it does not work, then you definitely want to fill it back up with PB Blaster and let it sit overnight. Next thing you want to do is take off your pull starter. Usually it's a 1/4 inch bolt, and you can pull that out a little bit. There is a little screw right here. There can be up to 3 or 4, but sometimes they are missing. So go ahead and take those out. Very tiny. You want to be careful with that, not to lose them. Then on the bottom, you're going to want to use a small socket on your wrench. And this one is right there. I'm going to come over on this side. Like I said, sometimes they're missing one. This one should have another one, but it looks like it's only got 2. So go ahead and get yours out. I'm getting mine out. Very important, if you have a electric start on your machine, make sure you are not trying to start it right now, because it will burn up your electric start. So go ahead and remove this, set it to the side, and then you're going to want to grab a socket. Let me find out what size that is real quick. Should be about a 3/4 inch. Okay, thinking it's a 3/4. But let me just make sure. Yep, mine's a 3/4 inch. So grab your 3/4. Yours may be different depending on what kind of machine you're working on. There's a bolt in there, right in the middle of this. So you want to put this on righty-tighty. Stick it on there. Ooh. Go ahead and take it with your fingers like this. Okay, if you can take your fingers and turn this, and then it hits a wall, and then you can turn it the other way and it hits a wall. That means that your, I can't think of the name right now, your piston rod that is hooking to the crank is broke off. It is completely snapped off. Mine is completely snapped. I'm looking down in here. It can turn back and forth, but that piston is not moving. Your piston shaft is completely broken. Hopefully yours is not like that. If yours is not like that, you can't move this at all. Hopefully you can't. Then go ahead and take it like this. Righty-tighty, like I said. And then just try to tighten it. And just kind of put pressure on it. Give it a few tugs. And then hopefully it just all of a sudden pops loose. I've had them on a lawnmower where my buddy, all he had to do was put a little bit of pressure on that nut and it popped loose, and the engine is still running good today. If yours is like mine, your engine is pretty much toast. I really hope that's not the problem with yours. Big thing, make sure that you leave your spark plug out, because you want to take all the compression out of there so that it can freely move up and down. If that did not work, like I said, take your PB blaster and fill it up again. Let it sit overnight. Go out there in the morning before work, put some more PB blaster in it. Then come home from work, grab your wrench like this, and try to bust it loose. Hopefully, it's not stuck super bad to where you can just pop it loose. If that happens, what you're gonna wanna do is put a rag on top of here, keep your spark plug out, reinstall this, just the reverse of the way we took it off, put a rag on top of this hole and sit and pull it a little bit. Just let the engine revolve, because it's gonna shoot all that PB blaster back out, or at least a bunch of it. Once you get all the PB blaster out, then put just a little bit of motor oil down into the spark plug hole and then keep pulling it. You wanna lubricate that up as much as possible. Once you're that far, then go ahead and either buy a new spark plug or put your existing spark plug back in, tighten it down to the specs, hook it back up. Do not start it yet. First thing you want to do after that is check your engine oil. My engine oil is up here. Usually it'll be a little cap that you unscrew and you pull out and see how much engine oil is in it. A lot of times they seize because they are low on oil or don't have any at all. So make sure that your machine has a good amount of engine oil. Once you've checked that, you make sure it has some gas, then go ahead and try to start it. Hopefully she fires right over. Run her hot, run her till she gets hot. Let her warm up before you put any sort of load on it. And then just make sure that you keep the motor oil 100% filled. And then hopefully you won't have another problem with it. The thing about breaking a motor loose is that you really never know how much damage was done internally. So it may run forever, it may run for a day after you break it loose. But hey, fingers crossed that it runs forever. I apologize, I had you guys zoomed in when I was talking, but I was just talking about this hole right here for your spark plug. Put a rag over that when you're pulling it to get all the PB blaster out. Now, one thing, when you get it started, this machine is going to smoke very big time. So you just want to kind of set it out in the driveway, set it somewhere that people aren't going to be breathing that smoke, and just let it run. Because you've put a lot of stuff into that spark plug hole, which is straight down into the piston. And so it's got to burn all that out. So it's going to burn all the oil out. It's going to burn all the PB blaster out. So it may need to sit outside for 5 to 10 minutes and just burn all that stuff out of there. After 5 or 10 minutes, if it's still smoking, well then our rings on our piston may be hurt and there's oil getting past it. But, you know, give her 5, 10, 15 minutes to burn all that out. And then if it starts running clean again, well, hopefully your engine will run great for a long time. Hope this video was helpful. Go ahead and smash that like and subscribe button. I'm going to be coming out with more videos. I hope this was helpful. You can do this same method of trying to unseize your engine on other types of small engines such as lawnmowers. Just be very careful when you're doing it. Thanks. Have a great day.